Officials told Reuters and the Associated Press that President Ashraf Ghani has left Afghanistan for Tajikistan as the Taliban say they will move further into Kabul. According to Al Arabiya, Kabul will be handed over to the Taliban and an interim government led by the group will be formed. The U.S. Embassy in Kabul has suspended all operations and told Americans to shelter in place, saying it has received reports of gunfire at the international airport. According to the Associated Press, 3 Afghan officials had confirmed on Sunday to the AP that the Taliban have started entering the capital of Kabul from all sides. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has called on the Taliban to immediately halt their offensive. On Saturday, during a televised address, Ghani said remobilizing the Afghan security and defense forces is our top priority. President Biden has approved the deployment of an additional 1,000 troops to ensure an orderly and safe drawdown of U.S. personnel and other allied personnel ahead of the scheduled withdrawal of the U.S. and NATO from Afghanistan by August 31. Afghanistan Taliban Crisis Live Updates. Taliban seize Afghan. The Taliban has taken control of Afghanistan's presidential palace, the German news agency DPA reported Sunday that the mission, Afghanistan Taliban Crisis Live, Taliban negotiators head to Afghanistan News Today, Kabul won't be attacked, power transition to happen peacefully, says acting Interior Minister, Afghan Forces, Afghanistan News Today, Afghanistan News Live, Kabul, Afghanistan News Live TV, President Ashraf Ghani leaves Afghanistan as Taliban take over Kabul. The United States is evacuating its embassy in Kabul, said Secretary of State Antony Blinken. WorldNews.com official, Taliban to declare Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan. This is a breaking news update. AP's earlier story follows below. Kabul, Afghanistan, AP, Afghanistan's embattled president left the country, mapping the advance of the Taliban in Afghanistan, BBC News. Maps of Afghanistan show who controls districts in fighting between the government and Taliban forces, BBC News. Published, 3 hours ago. On the ground with Al Jazeera's fact-based news, exclusive video footage, Afghanistan, as Taliban attacks continue, people rush to Kabul. Afghanistan latest news as Taliban edges closer to taking control, live, follow here for the latest news. French embassy officials in Afghanistan have relocated to Kabul airport. From CNN's Artemis Moshtagian.com. Taliban enter Afghan capital as U.S. diplomats evacuate by chopper. Reuters provides business, financial, national and international news to professionals via desktop terminals, the world's media organizations. Ashraf Ghani leaves Afghanistan as Taliban take over Kabul, report, Mint, the president's office. However, said that it cannot say anything about Ashraf Ghani's movement for security reasons, according to the news. Afghanistan, news, videos, reports and analysis, France 24. Find all the latest articles and watch TV shows, reports and podcasts related to Afghanistan on France24.com. Afghanistan, Z News. Z News brings latest news from India and world on breaking news. Taliban capture major city in northern Afghanistan, draw closer to Kabul. Afghanistan, The New York Times. News about Afghanistan, including commentary and archival articles published in the New York Times. Afghanistan news, latest Afghanistan news, breaking, get top and latest Afghanistan news, read breaking Afghanistan news and Afghanistan news headlines. YN is leading news channel worldwide. Get all latest, Afghanistan, latest news on Afghanistan, breaking stories and, latest news on Afghanistan. Read breaking stories and opinion articles on Afghanistan at firstpost. Taliban forces enter Kabul, all but ensuring the fall of the Afghan. The president of the U.S.-backed Afghan government reportedly went to Abdul Sattar Mirzaqul in a tweet news agency Tolo posted Sunday. Taliban take over Kabul as Afghan president flees country. Demoralized Afghan security forces offered no resistance as the insurgents, who seized most of the country in just over a week. Afghanistan, World, The Guardian, Afghanistan middle. Taliban poised to take control of Kabul as U.S. evacuates embassy middle. U.S. criticized as it races against time to save its Afghan helpers from Taliban. Breaking news, sports and politics today in Afghanistan. Telenews, get up-to-date information on what's happening in COVID-19, business, sports, government, arts, and culture, in the world and Afghanistan.com. The latest news on Afghanistan. Ani News, Asia's premier news agency, Kabul, Afghanistan, August 15, ANI. The Taliban has announced the capture of Maidan Shahar, the capital of the central Afghan